Hey guys, Mark here, Rain Words for Christ. Welcome back. Folks, I just want to go ahead and jump out here. And I went and I saw that movie, The Sound of Freedom. And I want to just go ahead and just give my commentary on what I felt, what I saw. You know, folks, this movie is one of those powerful movies that I've seen. And I want to, credit Jim Caviezel and the producers and those who made this movie for bringing this movie out. Because they're exposing a very insidious, dark, wicked, evil practice of human trafficking of children that's going on, not only in this nation, but in the nations around the world. And what they're doing is a service to all, to let people know that this is going on. You know, a lot of times, folks, I know we live in a generation that's like this, a cell phone generation that we're just walking around. And that's all it is, folks. And not paying attention to what's going on, I'll call it what's around us. Because we're so focused either inwardly, ourselves, or whatever the case may be. And for those who have children, and like I said, the cell phone generation having their kid thing there, and you're not paying attention to what's going on with your kids. I mean, folks, this is not 15, 20 years ago, where you can go ahead and let your kids run outside and go play and feel assured that they'll be back. We're not living in that time, folks. We're living in a totally different time now, where, the extent of the wickedness and evil that's out here, pervasive. And I'm going to tell you, when I was watching that movie, a lot of different types of emotion was running through me while I was watching it. At times, I was angry. I was saddened. I was disgusted. Even just in some ways, even in disbelief, in this manner. Disbelief in saying to yourself, how could another human being want to traffic a child and abuse a child and bring them to who knows where? Imprison them, bringing them into slavery, and all manner of types of abuse to the most vulnerable among us. It's just, you just scratch your head. You're just like, what? You can't conceive that people can be, it can be that, there's that level of darkness in someone's heart to do that to a little child. And you don't even think about what that's going to do to the child long term. That level of abuse, what that happens to them. Mentally, psychologically, the pain, the trauma and all that, and just them revisiting all that stuff. They don't look at that. The long-term effects from what that does to that child. So, it just breaks your heart. It just really, when you look at this, you just, I'll tell you, I was looking around that theater, and there were a lot of, I call it, there were tears that were going, and, and I could tell there were people that were just really, really upset. Justifiably so. Because of what they were seeing. And folks, the biggest disinfectant for something like this is to shine a light on it. So that's why I commend those who went ahead and did and put Jim Caviezel and the producers of this movie to bring this movie out, because the public needs to be aware of what's happening right there, and to be watching over their children. And the society says, like in the back in the You Are Your Brother's Keeper, that even if you're out there, let's just say you're single, you don't have children, I don't have any children. But to keep your eyes up when you are out in public, to pay attention, you know, the people, you know, little children that are out there and stuff like that or whatever, that you're paying attention. Because the people who are involved in this type of stuff are out there, folks. They can be in your neighborhood. They can be, you know, wherever, trying to snatch up kids. And we have to be the first defense to help the most vulnerable among us. You know? So, I urge you to see this movie and to bring your whole entire family, and also to discuss these types of things with your kids so that they are aware. I'm going to tell you something, folks. No amount of money, fame, fortune, you know, your name and lights is worth the risk, or putting your child at risk in something like that happening to them. No dollar amount, folks. You know, it's just heartbreaking to see that this type of stuff is going on. But it's going on. I want to thank God for exposing a lot of the things that are happening. Because, folks, not only in this area, but Lord, we're seeing a lot of exposing happening in various sectors of our society. I remember we did a video back in 2020, 2021, that a great unmasking was coming. We said a great shaking was coming, a great unmasking was coming. Didn't know how that's going to look like, but we're here. And now we're seeing an uncovering that's happening of things that are in darkness. It's sort of like the Lord is pulling back the curtain and exposing the evil and the wickedness and all kinds of stuff that's going on in the shadows is being brought to the light. You know, there's a scripture that I want to read to you guys. That Jesus said in Mark 9. And it says this. It's very powerful, very interesting, and very powerful what Jesus said. But I just want to bring this out. Mark 9, starting at verse 42, it says this. If anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them if a large millstone were hung around their neck and they were thrown into the sea. Let me say that one more time. Jesus said, if anyone causes one of these little ones to stumble, those who believe in me, it would be better for them if a large millstone were hung around their neck and they were thrown into the sea. That's how Jesus feels about it. If you cause one of his little ones that believe in him to stumble. Jesus has a precious, a heart for the children. And you can see it even in the scriptures. I remember when the disciples were trying to block the children from coming to Jesus. And Jesus said, don't hinder these kids from coming to me. So, I'll end it right here, folks. I encourage you. If you have not seen Sound of Freedom, take your friends, your family. If you haven't seen it, I know with me, two other friends that hadn't seen it, they wanted to go see it. They said, "Hey, would you want to go see it with us?" I said, "Yeah, sure, I would definitely go." But I would promote this on all platforms, on YouTube. If you got a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media platform, promote Sound of Freedom, folks. These people who are out here speaking against it, I have no idea. I have no idea how anyone can be against exposing any type of this thing of human trafficking that's going on with children. I just don't get it. It makes no sense. So I'll end it there. Share, like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you next video.